Hello, we're back. I have started not questioning why I do things and I just do them because I don't know why I film these. And I feel like that's one of the best skills that I've ever learnt is to just stop questioning why and just start doing, because the amount of things that have come into my life just because I did them rather than thought about them and then never actually actioned anything was actually crazy before I started doing this stuff. And obviously Atlas is back. Yep, he's back. And I also no thank you. Oh. I wanted to talk Bob, stop. This is what it's like to live with a needy man. Stop, please. I wanted to speak about how how time passes anyway. And I say, for example, I was doing this exercise and I do it with my clients as well, but it's something that I like to do when I feel overwhelmed by something, whether it be a project, whether it be a conversation, whether it be an email, whether it be whatever the fuck, because I also think no one really prepares you for life and no one really tells you what the fuck to do, especially in adult situations. And it's what do you mean I have the whole world of opportunity? What? So when I was overwhelmed by something and there was something that I actually wanted to get done, but I didn't want to break it down, or I just looked at it and it was holy fuck, this is just way too hard. Why is he looking at the door like that? And what I did, I literally, this is something I learnt myself, I do it myself, and I teach my clients this because it's when you can break down your fear of something and you can actually start to action something, that is when you're going to build momentum and competence in something, and then that's what's going to lead to confidence. And I literally set myself 20 minutes. I put a timer on and I do 20 minutes of the thing that I actually want to do. I don't give a fuck if I finish anything. I don't give a fuck if I do the thing that I actually want to do. I do 20 minutes of that thing. That is it. And I close my laptop for the day, on that particular thing. And the reason why I say this is it's an amazing productivity hack and tool and whatever, but it also comes back to our brain and how it's wired, because again, like I said in the last one, our brain is wired for safety. Our brains are wired for safety. And being able to break something down into more manageable tasks is what is going to actually help you get moving on the things that you actually want to move on. And I did that 10 days ago. And I've done 20 minutes every single day. And it's just crazy to me that time is going to pass anyway. One of my clients actually came to me with this exact saying. I'm that's literally what I think too. But time will pass anyway. And it's you can either choose to feel completely overwhelmed by it, which fair, things are overwhelming, or you can actually break it down and be okay, cool, I'm going to set myself 10, 5, 15, 20, 25 minutes, whatever it is, of chipping away at that thing. And then over 10 days of consistency, you'll be 200 minutes in. It always does compound. And I think when I get really overwhelmed, it's okay, so how can I make this more simple for myself? And like I said in the last one, just because I teach a lot of this stuff doesn't mean that I don't get overwhelmed too. It doesn't mean that I don't have struggles, and doesn't mean that I don't have insecurities and things like that. But the difference is, like I said in the other video, is being able to move when you don't feel ready, being able to move when you feel overwhelmed, being able to move when you feel scared. That is what is going to get you the different life that you want. And I think another reason why I did start filming these was because I previously struggled with my mental health, which I think is pretty clear based on my own social media. I'm sure if you know me, you know that. But if you don't, now you do. And I have always loved talking. This sounds fucked. I've always loved talking with myself or with other people about this sort of stuff. And I think I was listening to a podcast this morning and it just really made me realize that mental health really is still a massive fucking problem. And I honestly just want to share what's changed my life in the last 3 years, because if I can change one person's life, then that's elite, really. And I think anxiety, overwhelm, mental health, depression, suicide ideation, all the things. I hate actually when I say all the things, because it's like on their own, they're massive things. But those topics are really important to me, and I think being able to understand how your mind is wired and how our brains are, biologically made to protect us in ways that we sometimes don't have control over, and a lot of the time we operate from our subconscious. And again, like, I don't have any agenda for these, whatever these fucking videos are. I don't have an agenda. I don't have things, I don't have topics, I don't have questions, I don't have anything like going. I honestly just want to speak about what comes to mind and what my clients struggle with and what I've struggled with, and I just want to make that more accessible for people if they're actually looking for solutions, because in 2026 there is all the information in the world you need right now at your fingertips, and there is a reason why you still struggle with anxiety. There's still a reason why you still struggle with depression. There's still a reason why you struggle with discipline or accountability or whatever the hell it is. And it's like, a lot of the time, dude, 100% of the time actually, Atlas, what are you doing? Stop. 100% of the time, it's like, it always comes back to not having accountability, not having support, not having someone to actually listen to you without judgment or shame or anything like that, because I always thought that I could shame myself into the person that I wanted to become. And you cannot. And while I tried, I've realized that it just leaves you in a spiral, and it just leaves you feeling shit about yourself. And I think when I start these videos, or when I like speak to other people, I always feel like I need to say something revolutionary. And it's like, when you think about it, nothing is an original idea. Like, when I think about the stuff that I teach, like, yes, it comes from my own personal experience, but knowledge is passed down. And I truly think like storytelling and passing down knowledge and education and helping people become better versions of themselves is actually what is needed right now. And it's also needed to help people understand their emotions so they can be better humans, and they can interact better in society, and they can give a fuck about the environment, because it's like, a lot of the problems in our society right now come back to humans. Like, it always does. And if that's one thing that I really want to help people understand is, more about their own emotions and how their brain works. And even if it, like, I hesitate a lot of things, like speaking about a lot of things, because I don't think it's like, I don't know if this actually helps. Like, it's normal to me to think like this because I'm in my brain. But if there's things and like habits and stuff that I speak about that actually help you, can you let me know? Because I want to give as much value as possible. And it just makes me sad looking at other people, or even like myself maybe 3-4 years ago, that I didn't have any of this knowledge that I have now. And honestly, it has changed my life. And I don't know what is wrong with this guy today. Jesus. But I just really want to share things that have helped me in my life. And one of them really is the productivity hack, if you will, that I was talking about before. Because it's like, if you can break down an overwhelming topic, idea, thing in your mind, it's like, I actually don't know what is going on with him today. Are you for real? Lay down. Lay down. No. Lay down. No. Up. No. Up. I'm going to have to edit this, I think. Lay down. And like, this guy has taught me so much about how little patience I have sometimes. And anyway, this is not, I don't want to talk about my dog because he gets so much limelight. It's actually fucked. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. I just want to give as much value as possible because I think when it comes to anxiety and depression and productivity and actually feeling like you are confident and competent in something is what is going to change your life. Because when you feel like, oh my God, the bird just pooped. Wow. Crazy. When you can understand that your brain doesn't know the difference between fact and fiction, and when you mark off anything, when you tick off something, you close that feedback loop, right? And it's like, when you close that feedback loop, you actually get a hit of dopamine, and it's like, okay, cool, I feel confident about myself because I have done X, Y, Z, and I've done the thing that I said I would do. And that's why I'm so big on just doing the thing that you said you would do. It doesn't matter what outcome it has, doesn't matter what plan you want it to go, doesn't matter what you're trying to achieve. If you can just do the thing that you said you would do, you can close those feedback loops and you can actually become competent in something, and then you can actually build the confidence to do whatever you want. And for a long time, I thought confidence was something that was external of me, and it was something that came in the form of clothes or fake tan or having hair done. Like, I look like fucking trash right now. But this is the reason why I don't care, because confidence is never something that comes from external of you. And if you're thinking, I'll be confident when I have X amount of money, I'll be confident when I move here, I'll be confident when I have this job, I'll be confident when I have this partner, I'll be confident when I have this piece of clothing, whatever the fuck it is. It's like, yeah, cool, that could buy you like temporary comfort and temporary confidence, but it's like, that isn't going to translate to anything else in your life besides that moment. Because when you can truly understand, like, discipline is the highest form of self-respect, and you can actually come back to that and be like, no, like, I genuinely did the thing that I said I would do, that will build true confidence, and then that can be applied to any area of your life. And that's why I honestly love when people go to the gym, or when they try things that they've never done before, or they push themselves in areas that they're not good at, or they try to strengthen their weaknesses. I think that is the best thing for confidence in general, and that's the reason why I've been training on and off for about 10 years, but I haven't really been consistent until the last maybe three and a half. And it was never about the body. It was never about what I wanted to look like. It was never a particular goal. It was just to do something for my brain, and it was to fulfill a purpose, and it was to just show up for myself every other day. I'll say 5 days of the week. That over time it's compounded, and being consistent at one thing has actually proven to me that I can do anything I set my mind to. And it seems weird when it's like, okay, cool, you've just gone to the gym. It's like, what is the correlation between going to the gym 5 times a week and actually achieving your big dreams, or like starting a new business, or traveling overseas, or like whatever the fuck it is? And it's like, the reason why there is such a high correlation is because when you can actually do the thing that you said you would do, no matter what, again, our brains don't know the difference between fact and fiction. And if your brain knows and has evidence banked up 5 times out of the 7 days that you do the thing that you said you would do, you build self-respect, you build self-trust, you build confidence. And then that baseline of confidence, you know for a fact that you go and do the thing that you said you would 100% of the time. So why would it be any different if I wanted to go and start a new business? Why would it be any different if I wanted to go and move overseas? Why would it be any different if I wanted to go and do this crazy thing that I'd never done before? And it's like, okay, well, cool. Like, I can use past evidence to be like, I've done things that I didn't think that I was capable of doing before. I did things that I didn't know how to do them. I did things when I didn't feel like doing them. Like, the amount of times I've gone to the gym, I'm like, actually, I don't fucking want to be here, like, at all. And that builds a level of resilience and discipline and respect, like, genuinely respect. And it's just so interesting, the mindset that I used to have, and I think a lot of people have, that you know, when it gets hard, that's when I tap out. When it gets hard, it's like I can't do it anymore, and like poor me, and I need other people's help, and like I'm really quick to, you know, seek external validation. And I'm not saying that all of these things are wrong. I'm just saying that if you really want to build your confidence and your resilience and your discipline when shit gets hard, because it will, like life will, that's what it's supposed to do, you start to see challenges really differently, because you start to see challenges as, okay, cool, I'm actually leveling up. What is this giving me the opportunity to go and do or become a better person? Or I always say, like, your breakdown is your biggest breakthrough, because when I think about every single moment where I felt overwhelmed by something, or I didn't know how to do something, or I just felt shit about myself, or I just didn't know what I was doing, it forces you to think differently. Because when you feel like your back is up against a wall, you're like, there is no fucking way out. Like, I can't see a way out, so I'm going to have to go and find one. And when you can have that independence, that drive to want to figure it out for yourself, and like, that's not to say you can't do things with help, because you can, and this is something I've had to learn. But being able to get yourself out of shit is a really, really, really underrated skill. And again, that comes back to doing the thing that you said you would. It comes back to going to the gym 5 times a week, or however many times a week that you said you would, or going to call in your grandparents like you said you would. Like, all of those things actually matter. And the reason why you're in the position you're in right now, I wasn't going to say this, but I actually am. The reason why you're in this position you are right now, whether you love or you hate it, is because of you. And for a long time, I didn't think that was true. I was like, no, I'm in this position because of this person and what they did and what they didn't do, and, you know, my family, and like I was born into this family, or like my parents, or what. But it's like, okay, cool, you're like a functioning adult. You're able to set boundaries. You can say yes or no to things. And the reason why you're in this position right now is all of the choices compounded up to today. And doesn't mean you have to be like perfect 100% of the time, because again, no one is perfect 100% of the time at all, full stop, ever. But when you can take responsibility for your actions or lack of actions, and it's a fucking hard pill to swallow, it actually is, and I constantly do it. If there's a situation where I'm like, oh fuck, don't want to be in that one, and it's like, okay, without blame, what did I do or didn't I do to get me to where I am, or like don't want to be? I have a lip balm like halfway out my face. Sorry if I do. And I think when I first realized that, I was like, oh shit, that kind of sucks. But it's also the most empowering thing ever as well, because it's like, okay, so everything that I do from here on out actually gives me the power back, and it gives me power back to change my life. And every single micro decision that you have is your opportunity to be better, to do better. And it doesn't mean you have to hustle all the time. It can literally just mean you have the power to change your life. And I remember I used to see this all over social media, and people were like, yeah, you can go and change your life like whenever you want. And it's like, how the fuck do you do that? And I was waiting for someone to tell me the exact steps to do, and there is none, because every single person lives a different life. Every single person has a different outlook. Every single person has a different goal. Every single person has different values. And that's beautiful. But if you're looking for an exact roadmap on how to change your life, the only sentence I can ever offer up to anyone is to just do the thing that you said you would do. And that, again, that is going to look different for everyone. But if you can genuinely follow through on your word, and you can create real confidence and not fake shit, then that's when you can change everything. And it won't happen overnight, and it might not happen in a week, and it probably won't happen in 2 weeks. But it's like, you have your whole life with yourself. Like, why would you not want to choose for the better every time? And choosing for the better always, actually rarely feels like the best decision, because a lot of the time it's things you're resistant to. It's things that you can't be fucked doing. It's things like, you know, making dinner when you just want to buy dinner. And again, I'm not saying buying dinner is the bad or the wrong thing, but it's like if you have a goal, if you have a dream, if you have whatever you want to do, then you need to make sure you're embodiment of those things. And it's something I think about a lot of the time, and I can't remember if I said this in the last video or not, but if I ever want to change something about my life, or if I ever want to, you know, change something about me, because we're allowed to, like, that's evolution. You're supposed to change all the time. And anytime I feel like that and I want to change, I'm like, okay, cool. So what would the version of me that has X, Y, Z, or the things that I want to have, what would she do? And how would she act? And would she buy takeaway, or would she just actually prep and cook her food? And I think to some people, discipline seems really rigid, and discipline seems really like hustle culture and, you know, like bro vibe and just kind of gross. And it's not. It really isn't. And like, when you can do the one hard thing, you have the rest of the day to like do whatever you want. And honestly, I'm probably going to leave this video here because I'm feeling like I need to walk in the park with my dog. And I'm kind of tired. But what I wanted to wrap this up with is that you actually do have the power to change your life. And I always used to think that was cringe, but it's like I actually just wanted to do that, and I wanted to figure it out because projection is so fucking interesting. Anyway, I think that's all from us. You got anything else you want to say? No. Okay, bye.